We good?
It's going.
Awesome. Hello. How's everybody doing today on this beautiful Saturday?
Yes, we're coming to you live from downtown Charleston at 118 Capitol Street, where we are participating in the DEA's Drug Take Back event, which is always the last Saturday in October. Lots of locations around Kanawha County, and we're one of them. So we'd love to see some faces stop by and get rid of some unused, expired, unwanted medication in your home. I'm here with two staff members from the DII. I'm Dr. Susan, the president of the Institute, and I have with me Tanina and Jessica. And you all want to talk a little bit more about what else we're doing today other than just taking medications back?
Absolutely. So, like Dr. Susan said, if you have medications in your house, today is a great day to get rid of those. You can drop them by our location, or there's several other locations going on right now across the valley. But if you can't make it, and let's say you still have medication at home that you need to get rid of, you can actually stop in our office and we'll be happy to give you one of these bags, or you could visit your local fruit pharmacy. They do have these bags available in their pharmacy department. They are free. You just walk up and ask for a disposal kit and you can use those. The instructions for the use are on the back. Super easy to use, I promise. This will dissolve up to 45 pills, 6 ounces of liquid, or 6 patches. You put the medication in the bag, add some water, shake it, and you can safely dispose of this. Isn't that great?
That's right. Wow,
So-
that's right. It's awesome. It's a real easy,
Yes.
super easy, very safe way to get rid of medication.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And with 29 locations,
Yep.
Fruit Pharmacy, you can pretty much give one anywhere in this area and pick one up. So that's great.
No
And then-
excuse not to do it, right?
Absolutely. And then Tanina also has something she wants to share with you guys today.
Right, we're also going to be offering these syringe cleanup kits today. It'll come in this cute little bag, and in it we have this box, and let's see if I can get it open.
They're not meant to come open easily.
Right.
That's the point.
Right.
So that's a good thing.
So inside this box you'll have these little tongs for picking up of any syringes that were disposed of disposed of
Dispose
Not
of
in the truck.
safely. Yeah.
right, unsafely. Sorry, I couldn't think
So
of
if
the
you
word.
see a syringe
Right.
and you need a safe way to dispose of it, these are some of the elements that are in our syringe kits that can help you do that.
We're also gonna have a pair of gloves in each one so that you don't have to touch the syringe. And then you just dispose of them in this small box, put the lid on, and toss it out.
Super easy,
Super
convenient.
easy.
It does seal it so it is safe. I know everybody here at the DII has decided to keep one of these
Just in our
disposal
cars,
kits in our car because we just never know what we might come across in our day-to-day lives. It's just like the naloxone, which we're also offering
Yep,
today
we're also
as well.
doing that today. So if you want to come down to Capitol Street, we're actually doing training on naloxone, and then once you go through the training, you have one that you can take with you, and that's really, really important, especially if you have any opioids in your home, because this is the only thing that can reverse an overdose. And sometimes there's even accidental overdoses,
Yeah.
so that naloxone is really, really important. I want to hop back on the syringe exchange thing for a moment too, that many people don't know. It's not really safe to throw sharps in the trash. So once you collect those and they're in the container, that is considered medical waste. And so you do need to dispose of that container properly. There is actually a syringe box where you can dispose of syringes at the Kanawha Charleston Health Department. Where you can drop those off, but you certainly don't want to throw them in your trash. And unfortunately, a lot of most of the drug take back locations are not going to take back syringes today. So something for everybody to know that that's a service that's out there and available to you. And we're really, really fortunate to be one of the locations today where we are able to take back medications, but there are also, I know that the Charleston Police Department and the Kanawha County Sheriff's Department will also take back medications anytime. It doesn't have to be on a drug take back day. So we're really excited to be partnering with the Charleston Police Department Maybe we can try to get one of them in here to wave hi to you. So we'll try to do that in a moment.
Yeah,
but we're very
absolutely.
excited to have them be part of this event, because it really is thanks to law enforcement that we're able to make this happen today. So.
Absolutely. And it's, speaking of syringes, when I had gestational diabetes, syringes was probably the biggest pain in the boutique to have to dispose of, because I was always trying to find a health department to drop those syringes off, because like you said, you couldn't just drop them off with the take back days or at your local drop box. So having one of these available, even for that, would have been a blessing at the time.
Yeah, and then that's just not something that you always think about, but you don't want them in your house, right? So having the opportunity to get rid of them in a safe way is super, super important. You might also see Rex out in downtown Charleston today, just spreading the message about not sharing medication and disposing of medication properly. So we're excited that we are able to have Rex with us here today. So Katie, would you go grab the officers out there and see if they might come in here?
Come say hello to them.
Yeah, we have an assistant in from Morgantown today. So she's trying to grab our Charleston police officers. They kind of don't want to be on camera, but we're gonna make them.
We have one that is brave enough to
Oh,
join us on
You
camera.
were elected officer.
Yeah, you can come over here.
Come on.
Perfect.
All right.
Hi.
So welcome. We're glad to have you with us. Would
Oh,
you
anytime.
introduce yourself to the world?
I'm Travis Bales. I'm with the Charleston Police Department.
And can you tell us a little bit about why you all participate in this, and maybe how many locations you all are at today?
Well, it's important for us to get any unused or unwanted medication off the streets so that they don't fall into the wrong hands, get redistributed, or have a child get a hold of it and think it's candy and whatnot. And we have several locations over the city. We're here at 118 Capitol Street. We're at the Fruit Pharmacy on Oakwood, Piggly Wiggly in Canal City, Ashland Place Kroger, and I know I'm forgetting one.
Is it the Drogan?
The Drug Emporium on the west
There you
side.
go. That's it.
Yep. And so we'll be out till 2 o'clock collecting the medication, and it'll then be turned over to the DEA.
That's fantastic. And
Yeah.
do you recall how much we collected last year when you all did this?
Not exactly, but it was a lot.
It was a
It was an
lot, yeah.
impressive amount.
It truly
Yeah.
was. So this is great work. A lot of people don't realize that police officers are engaged in this kind of work, but really the DEA drug take back is designed for law enforcement to really find these locations
Yep,
in the
correct.
community.
And due to the coronavirus, we missed out on the spring one.
Yep,
So we're really hoping to make up for it this session.
absolutely. And we'll be doing it again in April. And so come on down, come see the officers, come see Rex, learn a little bit more about naloxone, get a medication disposal kit, but more importantly, get that medication out of your home that's
Absolutely.
expired or unwanted, so somebody doesn't get a hold of it that doesn't need to have it. So thank you so much for all you in the city are doing.
No, thank you for having us.
Yeah.
So come see us.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Gentleman by the name of Bob Calhoun, who is the assistant superintendent for Kanawha County Schools, just in passing had mentioned to me we'd really like to develop something for preschool. I happen to be working on a few other things with Joe Murphy, who's the CEO of Murphy Media, in relationship to opioid prevention and education, and had mentioned to him, hey, what do you think about creating something that could be applicable to the pre-K environment?
Get to the older ones, sometimes they've already got this mindset of, bad habits. Just they see what's around them, and, you're unfortunately sometimes a product of your environment. And if we get to them early and they start learning good habits, the earlier the better.
Never imagined that within 4 or 5 weeks we would have a talking avatar that could interact with the children in real time, and we named him Rex the RX.
Have you been telling Mrs. Webb in her class all about, this? What's up with this?
What's that?
What? Oh, that's pretty cool, huh? Don't you wish you had one? Mm-hmm. Huh? I bet Joshua wishes he had one. Hey, Temperance, do you have a hat? Blake, honey, Blake.
He's not gonna high-five you or give you a hug. He will interact with you, but the whole purpose of Rex is that we don't want the kids to keep Rex around.
Oh, guys. Bye.
This is the way, in my judgment, to reach them. They're used to being interactive, and they really don't respond to anything but that. So you've got to find a way to make that impression and make it last.
Hey guys, what do you think of my hat? You like it? Anybody here wear a hat? No?
The kids like Rex because he's also interactive, and he can, communicate in the actual classroom. So you can say the kids' names, and that gets their attention immediately.
The response has just been amazing. The kids really relate to the avatar. So if they do have a prescription medication that they take, which a lot of kids do, we want them to use that medication properly, but we also want to ensure that they're not sharing medications. We know that we have an enormous amount of children living with grandparents, living in foster care. We know that grandparents, that age group, they're more likely to have multiple prescriptions where they probably shouldn't be, where they're much more accessible.
So it's a short program, but it's very effective. And Rex can talk to the kids, answer questions with the kids, and give them vital information.
Technology was used, it was very interactive, and the kids really seemed to enjoy it and learn a lot. I mean, medication's not something that we talk about a lot with kids at all because you don't know where to draw that line, but this made it very kid-friendly and interactive.
Do you know what that means?
He's expired!
Hey, hold up a second there, Susan.
And so the message of don't keep Rex around is a real poignant one and real important, and something that a 4 or 5-year-old can kind of wrap their arms around and understand.
So we were really making a difference. We were reaching more schools and more counties and more kids than we ever had before with the medication safety message that Rex shared. And then in March of 2020, just like the rest of the world, the Rex program really came to a halt. So we were all working together and trying to figure out ways to get the program back online in any way, shape, or form. And then kind of hit the pause button and realized that now the message was even more important because you had all of these children who were at home with parents and grandparents who more than likely were not storing medications properly, and that made medication a lot more accessible and the message so much more important. We went back to the roots of Rex, which is innovation, and we found a way to scale the program by bringing Rex into homes remotely. And what that did was it opened everything up to a very unintended audience of parents and grandparents and caretakers who started to engage with us and their children about the importance of medication safety. We continue to believe that the message of medication safety is important, and that's for any medication. It doesn't have to be an opioid. We know that medications can be very dangerous if not taken by the person that they're prescribed. We also know that most children who overdose on a medication accidentally ingest that medication because it was not stored properly. We know that most people who become addicted to a medication do so because they obtain that medication either knowingly or unknowingly from a friend or relative. Something that we really thought would delay or derail the program and our message about medication safety really turned out to be something positive in terms of being able to reach more people with the message, because in the end it's really important that no one keeps Rex around.